All right. Sorry, I'm a little tardy, y'all. I was getting my last little thought together and got sucked into a little study and research and didn't realize that it was beyond 7 o'clock. That's all right, man. I believe you're going to enjoy today's show, so go ahead and share the stream. Getting everything set up on YouTube as well, so we can get this thing cracking, man. Get it cracking. I am. It's part 2, y'all. It's part 2. Yesterday we did part 1. Right? So let's get ready to get into it, man. Let's get ready to get into it. Because we don't want to delay. We do not want to delay later. All right, there we go. So we're already behind the curve just a little bit. Good morning, Black World, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth-building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be able to come to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life Academy studios here in St. Louis, Missouri, man. Monetize My Life Academy. Guys, I want you to grab your free ebook. I put in a link there, the description, a link to Easy Online Incomes, man. We are in America. If you don't have a business in America, then you are like a foreigner in your own country. So I give away that free ebook so that you can get your ideas and your thoughts churning on what you could do to become a business owner in America, especially how to leverage technology. So that book will give you some real good tips on some things that you can do from a technology standpoint, turn some of your ideas and some of your gifts and some of your talents into income streams by using the internet, blogging, video marketing, affiliate marketing. Just gives you all sorts of tips and things and ways that you can make some extra income. So Monetize My Life Academy will support the effort. So once you learn and open your mind to the various things that are available to you, then you can join Monetize My Life Academy for just $20 per month. All you have to do is go to Monetize My Life Academy, enter the coupon code 80% off, 80% sign, capital O, capital F, capital F. And I'll help coach you through setting everything up to make some of these automated streams of income. And the reason that's important is because what we're trying to do, whether you want to admit it consciously or not, is we're trying to get our time back. And the best way to do that is with some passive income streams, right? I make passive income streams from a lot of different areas and a lot of different places. That's why I don't have to go to work a job, is because of those passive income streams. So Monetize My Life Academy specializes in helping you turn your passions, your gifts, and your knowledge into income streams. So you want to check that out. Do me a huge favor. If you're checking this out on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And then after the show is over, man, grab the link from today's show, share it on your favorite social media timeline, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you like to share stuff. People need to know what we be sharing on these shows, man. So share this out if you will. Same with you guys on Facebook. If you have not already shared the stream, go ahead and hit the share button right now and share it on your timeline. And I want you to get something. If you manage groups and things of that nature, go ahead and when you hit the share button, grab the link where it says copy link, copy the link and share the link into different groups and things. Man, we're trying to get our people to elevate its consciousness so that collectively we start to vibrate on a higher level and we can take our communities back and do a lot of great things. Today's show is I am whatever I say I am. See, it's part two. Part one was how to deal with criticism. I am whatever you say I am. But today we're going to deal with the biggest critic. We're going to deal with the biggest hater of all, and that is you. Because believe it or not, you are whatever you say you are, more than whatever somebody else says you are. We're talking about the 6 things that 6 ways to get whatever you want out of this life is right there for you to take. Today's show is also brought to you by the Black Wealth Movement. Guys, that is my financial education franchise where I teach 6 core areas of financial education: entrepreneurship, tax minimization, debt elimination, credit education, asset accumulation, and asset protection. If you're interested in learning that for yourself personally, you can get my Financial Success membership for $35 to start, $35 per month. But guess what? You can also become an affiliate and get paid for referring people to my Financial Success membership, another way that you can make some passive income. You refer people to me, I do all the heavy lifting, and you get paid. How about that? That's how we get down, man. I want to help everybody win. So all you have to do is text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Again, text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Or if you want to go to a website, you can go to moreinfo.joincorteznow.com. So this thing that we call life, right? And our what we control, we literally have the ability to get everything that we want in life, right? We're a little bit behind, so I'm not going to tell you who the show is for. You know it's for risers and grinders and not for poop butts, right? You guys know I'm a future billionaire, all that good stuff. So I'm not going to go through that. But let's just get right into the show since we're a little bit behind. We're going to talk about the fact that you have within your power the ability to literally get any and everything you want from this thing we call life, right? But there are some steps to getting it and some things that you have to understand. So when I said that I am whatever I say I am, when I said that we're going to teach you how to deal with the biggest critic on the planet, your biggest hater is you. Your biggest hater is you, right? So first thing I want to break down is the 2 yous that exist, right? There is the man, the Cortez that you see before you right now. There is this guy that you hear my voice. You see my body moving all over the place. I like to talk with my hands, right? I was watching a video of myself yesterday and this little hand was moving, boy. I was like, dang, I talk that much with my hands. It was gone. But yes, I talk with my hands. So you see the outer man, right? You see the physical representation of my inner man. So when I say you are whatever you say you are, I'm not talking about or talking to the flesh man. I'm talking to and about your inner man. So I want you to think about something. We talked about this before. When I close my eyes and I see my future, what eyes am I using to see my future? See, there is two sets of everything that you have. See, I have these eyes right now. These eyes right now cannot see my future. These eyes that I'm looking at this screen, I'm looking at this camera, these eyes cannot see my past. But when I close my eyes and I visualize my future, I can see it very clearly. So what eyes am I seeing my future with? When I close my eyes and I think back to what we did yesterday, I think back to the shirt I had on, I think back to the conversation that we had, I think back to the everything that I did yesterday, what eyes am I seeing my past with? Right? You guys are hearing this voice. But as I was preparing this show, and I was sitting down writing notes, I was taking dictation from a voice that was not coming from this mouth because my mouth wasn't open, my mouth wasn't moving. But I was taking dictation as I was writing notes, I was taking dictation from a voice. What voice was that? It was the inner voice. So most people don't realize and separate the two, the physical man and the spirit man. So when I say I am everything I say I am, I'm not everything I say I am with this physical voice, because this physical voice tells lies, right? You guys know that, right? I am whatever I say I am with my internal voice. See, because I can say all of the positive things. I can say all of the affirmations. I can say all of that stuff with my physical voice. But if I'm saying that with my physical voice, but my inner voice is constantly tearing me down 24/7 and 2 minutes out of my 24 hours a day, I'm saying positive affirmations, what do you think is going to be manifested? The 2 minutes I say of those positive affirmations, or the 23 hours and 58 minutes that I'm constantly tearing myself down internally? See, we've got to get that there's two things at play at all times. I can consciously say that I'm a future billionaire. I can consciously say that I'm the greatest. I can constantly say I believe in myself. But if when my mouth is closed, the voice that I listen to the most is constantly saying you ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna be nothing, and you shouldn't even aspire to be nothing because whatever you do ain't gonna work. If that is what's going on in the inner voice, doesn't matter what the outer voice says. Doesn't matter what the physical voice says. Right? So we're going to talk about 6 ways to get absolutely everything that you want out of this life. Right? They both have to line up. And really they don't both really have to line up. Right? Because what you say out of this mouth doesn't really matter as long as what you're saying to yourself internally matters, right? So they don't really both have to line up. It's good that they do because you can create pictures with the voice that you speak and things of that nature. We're going to get into that. So, let me see. Let me turn this thing off. I forgot, y'all. My bad. But yeah, to you want them, it's best if they both line up, but they don't have to. What's going on inside, that you have to make sure that you're taking care of, right? That you have to make sure you're taking care of, because you can lie to other people, but you can't lie to yourself. Not the internal man, right? So, really quickly, so the conscious mind is connected to your sensories, your five senses, right? That's connected to your conscious mind, your sight, your feel, what you see, what you feel, what you hear, what you touch, what you taste. That is connected to your conscious mind. Your conscious mind, on the other hand, is connected to your subconscious mind. So those things that you bring in from your senses, they create pictures for your subconscious mind. And then your subconscious mind will translate those pictures into expression. That's why the fight has always been to program us and to control the things that we see, hear, taste, feel, smell, and touch. Because by default, in controlling all of those things, I control your conscious mind, which therefore controls your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind creates the pictures that we then translate those images and those pictures into expression. So if you are going to get whatever you want out of this life, you have to have 100 complete conscious control of your environment and the things that you ingest through all of your sensory glands. You have to take control of your environment and all of the things that you take in through your sensory glands. They're going to create a picture for your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is going to convert that picture into expressions. So when we're taking a lot of negative stuff in, then we create a lot of negative images for our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind will translate those pictures into negative expressions. We've all been around people who are just negative all the time. We've all been around people who are just negative all the time. Why? Why are they negative all the time? Because they are in an environment where they're constantly sucking in negative images, negative words. The foods that they're eating are creating negative responses in the body, negative chemical reactions in the body. The things that they touch are negative. The things that they're smelling, all of that is creating negative pictures or images in the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind can only translate what is given to it. And it translates those negative images into negative expression. See, the subconscious mind can't say yes, can't say no. It takes whatever comes in and it expresses whatever comes in. Whatever you put into it. Right? Just like the universe can't say no. You put out a certain amount of energy, a certain amount of frequency in a certain direction, the universe just says yes. Whatever you say you want, yes. You say you're internally and you're speaking all of this negative jargon, this negative stuff. The universe just agrees with you. The universe just agrees with you. Guys, you have the ability to create your world. And whether you know it or conscious about this, that is exactly what you're doing. You're creating your world with every thought of your inner man. That being on the inside of you that's talking to you 24/7. The words that you say out of your mouth, you say them to yourself internally first. Those words, those feelings, that filter, that thing that you think but you don't necessarily say, because we have this filter called the mind. Guess what? That thing that you said, even though that never came out of your mouth, it still created an image in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is expressing that image. So you have to be careful about how you program the inner man, that internal man, because that's what makes all the difference in the world, the subconscious mind. Today's daily proverb or quote is more of a phrase that I like to use. I can't remember where I heard it, so I don't take credit for it, but it basically says that your thoughts, your inner man, those things that you think internally, are what determines the words that come out of your mouth. The words that come out of your mouth will determine the actions that you take daily. Those daily actions that you take will become your habits. Your habits will ultimately form your character. And your character will determine or dictate your destiny. So we got thoughts, we've got words, we've got actions, we've got habits, we've got character, we've got destiny. Your thoughts, that inner being, that conversation that you have that only you and your creator can hear. Those are the thoughts. As a man thinketh, those are the thoughts of a man's heart. They form into words. Those words become actions. Those actions become daily habits. Those daily habits will shape your character, and your character then becomes or dictates your destiny. But we do have a saving grace, because whenever you don't like the things that you're destined to become, all you have to do is go back to the beginning, right? And the beginning is not actually the thought. The beginning is the belief system, because your thoughts are coming from or coming out of your belief system. Whatever you believe about you is what you're thinking on the most. And because you're thinking on that the most, that dictates the words that are coming out of your mouth. The words that are coming out of your mouth, again, will become actions. Those actions, habits. Those habits will shape your character. And that character determines your destiny. Today's daily proverb is brought to you by no one. If you want to help sponsor the show, then you can sponsor something like a segment called the Daily Proverb. And for a few dollars, you can get your name shouted out right here in the middle of the show. And your name also goes on my website, my fan page, all of that kind of stuff. We help build your brand by helping me continue to do what it is that I do, because believe it or not, even though I'm on a free platform, running this show ain't free, y'all. Just so you know. So you can help me out by sponsoring a segment of the show. All you got to do is inbox me, and my wife will get back with you with the sponsorship packages and how you can help me help you at the same time. So we're talking about these 6 things. We're talking about the fact that you are whatever you say you are. You are your biggest critic. You are your biggest hater. See, everybody, while you might not be the type of person that hates on somebody else, everybody is a hater. Everybody is a hater. And the first person you hate on is you. So we're going to talk about the 6 things that you can do to transform, to get exactly what you want out of this life. Starting with number 1. The first thing that you're going to do, because you have to create the environment for getting whatever you want, right? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to fix in your mind exactly what it is you want. See, some people say they want success, but if you ask them what is success, they can't even tell you. Man, I don't know. I just want a lot of money. Man, I want to be so successful. Well, what does that mean to you? I guess I want my business to thrive. I don't know. So you have to fix in your mind exactly what you want. Because if what I'm saying is true and the subconscious mind or the universe can only agree with you, then doesn't it make sense that you give it exactly what you want it to agree with? Guys, if you're just jumping on, go ahead and share the stream for me. If you haven't already, just hit the share button, share it on your timeline. We got to get this information out. So the reason that a lot of people are struggling to have success and get what they want is because they suffer from what's called scatterbrain. They haven't defined exactly what it is they want. Fix in the mind what you want. That is first. Whether you want to be financially successful. And honestly, you need to do this for every area of your life. You need to do this for your spiritual walk. You need to do this for your physical health. You need to do this for your financial health. You need to do this for your relationships. You need to do this for your family. You need to do this for every area in your life. You need to have a clear picture of exactly what you want, because if your conscious mind takes all of the information from all of your sensory inputs and creates an image, and your subconscious mind's job is to take that image and transform it into an expression. If you're not clear on an image of what you want, your subconscious mind cannot express that. So the first thing that you want to do is fix in your mind exactly what you want. Not a roundabout what you want. I'm exact in my financial goal of becoming a billionaire. It's exactly what I want in my financial walk, to become a billionaire, right? When Evan Jefferson does his second edition of this book, my picture will be somewhere on the Black Billionaires Club, right? My picture will be there. So I made clear of exactly what I want my financial picture to look like. I made clear exactly what I want my family picture to be like. And in fact, we're in the process of building that as a family. What do we want our family picture to be like? What do we want our relationships to be like with one another? What do we want our family legacy to look like? What do we want our family to be like in the space of our community and on this planet, in this world? What do we want the family name to be, the family crest when people see it? Or have you created a picture of exactly what you want? Because I can promise you this: if you have not, you won't get it. If you have not, you won't get it. Number one, fix in your mind exactly what you want. Number two, once you know what you want, you have to determine in your mind exactly what you're willing to give up to get it. See, to become a billionaire, I have determined exactly what I'm willing to give up to get it. You guys know what that is? Everything but my integrity. I'm willing to go hard and lay it all on the line and give up everything but my integrity to become a billionaire. So you have to know where the limits are with what you're willing to do to get what you want. You fix in your mind exactly what you want, and then you fix in your mind exactly what you're willing to give up. See, your subconscious mind can help you lay out a chart, a course, but if there's things that you're not willing to do, then I need to know that in order to put a plan together to make that thing manifest. So if there's limitations to the things that you're willing to do to get what you want in every area of your life, identify those things. Going all in, I'm just not willing to give up my integrity. Right? That's where you have to be. That's number two. Number one, fix in your mind exactly what you want. Make that picture clear. Be as specific as possible. Number two, fix in your mind exactly what you're willing to give up to get it. See, so now that everything is on the table except my integrity, then the universe can put things in front of me and say, hey, we want you to get to your bill. You said you're going to be a billionaire. All the universe can do is agree with you. You want to be a billionaire? Yep. So now the universe puts things in front of my path, and now I can pick and choose and make moves because I know I've already determined that everything is on the line. I'm going all in without giving up my integrity, right? So my integrity means I've already given my word and my commitment to my wife and my family, so I don't have to worry about compromising my integrity or giving up my family, because that's part of not giving up my integrity. So when the universe puts an opportunity in front of me, I only see the opportunities that are good for me, that will not require me to put my integrity on the line, because I'm not willing to give that up. So the universe don't even show me opportunities in the dope game, for instance, because now I have to put my integrity on the line to become a billionaire if I'm going that route. So the universe doesn't even present to me opportunities in that way. The universe didn't even present to me an opportunity to steal $1 billion. Why? Because that will cause me to put my integrity on the line. I've already decided that my integrity is off the table. So fix what's in your mind, what it is that you want. Fix in your mind what you're willing to give up. Number 3, set a date on it. Put a date on it. Because if you just float that thing out there, if I want to be a billionaire and I just float that thing out, I want to be a billionaire someday. I can't chart a specific enough course to really get me there in a measurable amount of time. If I am, I see my girl Tawana is on, I know she's in Houston. If I said I want to travel from St. Louis to Houston and I don't have a date and time in which I want to arrive, my GPS can take me 1,000,001 different routes, because I have no timetable as to which I want to get there. It's just, I want to go to Houston someday. Right? Let me guys know that that's a big difference of wanting to go to Houston someday versus wanting to go to Houston today. If I want to go to Houston today, there's some very specific courses of action that I absolutely have to take to get to Houston today. If I want to get to Houston someday, then that just leaves it wide open. Just leaves it wide open. I want to get to Houston someday. No, I want to get to Houston today. So there's only a few things that's on the table that will get me to Houston today. I jump in my car and I start driving right now to get to Houston today. Go to the airport and I have a few different choices of flights that will get me to Houston today. Outside of that, I don't have anything that's going to get me there today. If I want to get there someday, I can start walking. And I will get there someday. If I want to get there someday, I can get on my bike and just start pedaling. Someday, if I'm going, I will eventually end up in Houston on a bicycle. But if I want to get there today, then I have to take a specific course of action. Right? So establish a date. So really quickly, it's time for today's book excerpt of the day. And you guys know that this thing of auto suggestion, man, if you haven't read this book right here, Think and Grow Rich, right? And start looking at how to program your subconscious mind, man, everything you want. So these 6 steps are coming from Desire, the chapter called Desire, right? But I want to read to you a little bit from what he says about autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is a term which applies to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli which reaches one's mind through the 5 senses. Stated in another way, autosuggestion is self-suggestion. It is the agency of communication between the part of the mind where conscious thought takes place and that which serves as the seat of action for the subconscious mind. Through the dominating thoughts which one permits to remain in the conscious mind, whether these thoughts be negative or positive is immaterial. I'm going to read that one more time. It says, through the dominating thoughts which one permits to remain in the conscious mind. So those things that are coming in through your five senses creates thoughts and thought patterns. If you allow those things to remain in the conscious mind, then they will eventually form that picture that we talked about, and your subconscious will translate that to expression. But here, get what it says. It doesn't matter if those thoughts be negative or positive. What matters, whether you allow those thoughts to remain, is what matters. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. Nature has so built man that he has absolute control over the material which reaches his or her subconscious mind through his five senses. Although this is not meant to be constructed as a statement that man always exercises this control. Man absolutely has absolute control of his environment and the things that come into his five senses. He doesn't always necessarily exercises this control. In the great majority of instances, he does not exercise it, which explains why so many people go through life in poverty. Now, this is Think and Grow Rich, but it really means why so many people go through life without living their dreams, without getting what they want. This book is talking about getting wealth, but this same process is for getting whatever you want. Whatever you want, right? Recall what has been said about the subconscious mind resembling a fertile garden spot in which weeds will grow in abundance if the seeds of more desirable crops are not sown therein. So if you're not putting into your body, your mind, through your five senses, the things that you want to germinate and produce a harvest for you, by default, weeds will grow. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature, or by neglect, permit thoughts of destructive nature to find their way into this rich garden mind. See, the soil, I don't know if you guys know that I like to garden. I have a greenhouse in the back. I have a little plot on the side of my house where I grow cotton and vegetables and all that kind of stuff. And I love that. And if you want to produce a good harvest, there are some things that you do to prepare the soil to create an optimal environment for a seed to germinate, which means the seed literally has to die, take up root, and then grow and produce a harvest, right? That's kind of, so what this book is saying is that your mind by default is already fertile. There is nothing that you have to do to condition that mind to be the optimal environment for those things to grow, take root, and bear fruit. Everything that comes into the mind is a seed, and it's trying to take root and grow and become a thought, then a thought pattern, or a thought, a stronghold, and then a habit, right? But it doesn't matter whether the seeds that are falling into your mind, we know what weeds will do in infertile ground, right? They just grow any and everywhere. But imagine putting some weed seeds into some very rich, fertile soil, right? They explode. Your mind is a very rich and fertile ground. And when you allow the weeds of negativity to fall into it, that's why the negativity grows so fast when people are in a negative environment, and it spreads like wildfire. And positivity, not so much. Because your mind is already very fertile and it's already conditioned for a life to grow. And it doesn't matter whether that life is a positive life or a negative life, whatever you allow to fall into the ground of your brain, or those seeds to fall into the fertility of your brain, they're going to take root, they're going to grow, and they're going to grow like wildfire. Today's daily book excerpt was brought to you by, again, Monetize My Life Academy. $20 per month. All things branding and marketing under one roof. Everything the solopreneur needs to take its brand and its business to the next level. MonetizeMyLifeAcademy.com. Click on the red button that says start your membership today. Enter coupon code 80% OFF. 80% capital O, capital F, capital F. And that reduces the price from $97 a month down to $20 per month for you. So just to recap, the first three things that you need to do if you want to get what you want out of this life, you have to first fix in your mind exactly what you want. You have to then fix in your mind what you're willing to do to get it. Number three, you have to put a date on it. Number four, you chart a course or a plan of action. You see how that works in sequence? If I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm willing to do to get there, I don't have a date as to which I want to arrive, I can't even plot a course. Some of us are trying to make a plan of action and we don't even know where we're going and when we want to get there. See, again, let's go back to my Houston thing. If I wanted to get to Houston and I didn't know that, and I know that I'm afraid of heights, I can't fly, I'm Mr. T in this thing, I just can't get on a plane, right? I need to know that is where I'm going, what I'm willing to do to get there. I'm not willing to get on the plane to get there. So then I need to know how soon, the date that I want to get there. I cannot even get to step 4, which is plot a course, a plan of action without first determining those first three things. So many of us are trying to build something. We're trying to go somewhere that we don't even have a clear picture of where we're going. We don't have a date on it, and we haven't established what we're willing to or what we're not willing to do to get there. We jump right to trying to create a plan of action. And then our plan of action has a bunch of stuff in it that we're not willing to do. Well, you needed to determine that before you created your plan of action. First thing somebody's going to suggest, I want to get to Houston today. Hey man, go hop a plane. You get there in a couple hours. But if they know from the outset that I want to get to Houston, but I'm not willing to get on a plane. Oh, well, you better jump in the car and start driving now. It's a 14-hour drive, 16-hour drive, whatever it is. You can still get there by today if you start driving now. Right? So number 4 is you go ahead and chart, you plot out your course of action. We're talking about 6 things that will guarantee you get everything you want out of this life. Number 1, fix in your mind what that is. And be very clear and be very specific. Fix in your mind exactly what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Be very clear and be very specific. Establish the date that you want to arrive on that thing. 2027. I'm giving myself 10 years to become a billionaire. That means I have to do some amazing things financially to get to become a billionaire in 10 years. When most have spent their entire lives trying to get there. But maybe they didn't define what it is that they wanted. Maybe they didn't define what they were willing to give. Perhaps they didn't put a date on it. They just said, I want to be a billionaire someday. And someday is still coming. And they're working towards becoming a billionaire someday. No, I want to be a billionaire this time, 2027. Before 2027 closes out, December 31st, 2027, I want to have $1 billion net worth. Have $1 billion net worth. And now I'm plotting a course based on knowing what I want, knowing where I want to go, knowing what I'm willing to give up to get there, knowing the time that I want to arrive. I can more easily plot a course based on those things. Number 5, write a clear and concise statement about what you want and how you want to get there. That should incorporate all of these things. So this is the part that I have to do next. I haven't done this part yet. Write a clear and concise statement. I, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, will be a when you're writing your suggestions, you write them as if they've already happened. So I, H. Cortez, the financial health mentor to the Black community, I'm sitting in my living room and my 1,000-acre estate is December 31st, 2027. I'm going into 2028 with $1 billion net worth because I did X, Y, Z, and here's what I'm going to do to maintain this billion, to continue to get it to grow, so on and so forth. Write that thing out. Write it as if you've already accomplished it. Write it in great detail. Right? It's number 5. And number 6, read it to yourself twice daily. Once in the morning, once in the night, every day, until that thing manifests. Because again, reading that creates a picture in my head. The picture in my head then falls into my subconscious mind, and my subconscious mind translates or transforms that picture into daily expressions that will march me down the path to getting to what I want. See, some of you guys can't dream that big. I'm going to tell you just let me show you how I think. See, there's a guy who founded a company called Uber who had a very big vision, right? And he disrupted the taxi industry with that vision. And he went through these steps about what he see his company becoming. And in less than 10 years, he's worth $3 billion today. See, some of you guys say, Cortez, you can't become a billionaire in 10 years. And what I do is I say, okay, that is a tall order, but let me go find some people who've done it, because there is no man on this planet capable of doing anything that I want to do that I cannot do if they've already done it. So you're telling me that I can't get to become a third of what another man has been able to do. That's why we had that discussion yesterday. You can't let other people superimpose their limitations on you. You can't become a billionaire in 10 years. I've witnessed somebody become a billionaire 3 times over in less than 10 years. Are you telling me that I can't do a third of what another man has done? Got to be careful about who you let speak into your life and speak over your life. You are your biggest hater. And if you are around people who are constantly telling you that, man, you might need to rethink that. Man, you might need to recalculate. You might need to readjust. You might need to come down off that high horse. You are thinking too grand. That is too far-fetched, right? The reason you have to control your environment, because if I don't get away from around people like that, And just like as I'm reading this statement twice daily, so it can burn this image into my head, that I'm going to go out and manifest through transforming that image into expression. Just like I have to do that for myself, if I'm around people who are constantly telling me that you're shooting too high, you're aiming too high, then that creates a picture in my head. Remember, every input that comes in from all of your senses creates a picture. That picture falls into your subconscious mind, and then your subconscious mind begins to create that, transform that into an expression. So if I'm constantly saying to myself that I'm a billionaire in 10 years, and then I'm constantly around people who are saying that can't be done, then that creates or plants a seed of doubt. You don't want to be around anybody who's going to plant that seed of doubt. Everybody on the stream, everybody that I'm partnering with, they're not saying that you can't be a billionaire. They're saying, hey, let me jump in and help you get there, because I know if I help you get to be a billionaire, I'm probably going to end up with a few $100 million myself. So I surround myself with people who are either going to help me attain my vision, or if they're not going to help me, they're at the very least going to support me in the pursuit of that vision. So you got to be very careful, right? So let me recap all 6 real quick. Number 1, you got to fix in your mind what you want. Number 2, you got to fix in your mind exactly what you're willing to give up to get it. Number 3, you've got to put a date on it, man. Someday is not a date. Someday is not a date. See, children dream and fantasize about being rich one day, being wealthy one day. Adults visualize the day that they're going to do it. I'm going to say that again, because I think some of y'all missed that. Children, or those with an immature mind, dream of doing things someday. Grown folks, people with a mature mind, on the other hand, visualize the day they're going to get it done. It's a big difference. Big difference. So you establish a date on it. Number 4, then you can chart a course. You cannot chart a course, create a plan, if you have not first decided exactly where you're going, exactly what you're willing to give up to get there, and put a date on when you want to arrive. That is critical intel that you need to establish a game plan. Number 4, establish a game plan. Number 5, write out your statement, very descriptive, a very specific account of yourself after you've achieved that thing. After you've arrived, write down that in the tense that you've already arrived. It is December 31st, 2027. I'm sitting on my 1,000-acre estate. Now it's 2027, December 31st. I'm looking out the window of my high-rise skyscraper, and I'm looking over the landscape of the downtown St. Louis metro area. All of my employees and associates and co-workers and business partners are downstairs partying, because we're about to bring in the new year. I'm looking across the street and I'm seeing all of these cranes, and I got a tear in my eye. And you know why I got a tear in my eye? Because I'm witnessing a skyscraper going up, and it's going to be 10 floors taller than mine. So why am I tearing? Am I tearing up because I'm a hater? Because I see somebody about to build a skyscraper 10 stories taller than mine? No, I'm tearing up because that skyscraper that's going up will have my son's name across the top. Because he's building his empire. And I'm around long enough to witness that. And I see that. So I'm tearing up. My net worth is well over $1 billion. I help countless people create tens of millions, hundreds of millions, hundreds of thousands. I've rebuilt the community around in St. Louis and other cities all around the country. I've got high rises and hotels all over this country. Are you able to see yourself when you want to be at the place that you're going? Can you write a statement based on what you're going to feel like? The smells, the sounds, everything. Put everything in this statement of what it's going to be like to experience that goal when you get there, and you write it as if you've already arrived. And then number 6, you read it at least 2 times every day. At least 2 times every day. And every time you read it, get somewhere quiet so that you will allow yourself to go there and taste it. You will allow yourself to go there and feel it. You allow yourself to go there and literally be in that space. And when you do this in the morning, I promise you, you're going to walk up, you're going to get your day started, and the universe is going to help put things in motion for you that day that's going to get you one step closer to making that your reality. When you do that in the nighttime before you go to sleep, the universe is going to start organizing things in your mind, in your brain, to prepare you for the next day. You're going to start dreaming about resources and ideas and things that's going to help you get there. 6 steps to getting everything you want. All you got to do is read this book and execute. So I will write out my statement today, right? You guys got a little bit of a taste of it, but I'm going to write out my statement today. I'm going to read it every day, morning and night. Morning and night. And I'm going to get everything that my Heavenly Father said I can have. I don't know about you. Today's show is brought to you by the Black Wealth Movement, guys. If you are serious about building generational wealth, you want to start on a plan that can kind of get you some seed money to do some of the things that you do. So my girl Mojo said, you want to start your profit business. See, I can help you with $35, start a profit business today. A business that will allow you to create some passive income, some residual income where you'll be in profit, right? You can then take that profit and start your passion business. See, everybody wants to start their passion business first, but sometimes your passion business don't make no money. Let me help you start a profit business. We can literally run you to $54,000 in 12 months. Start your profit business. Then you take that $54,000 and that passive income and everything, and then you take that and create your passion business. See, because if you got $10,000 a month coming in from a passive situation, and you start your passion business, even if that passion business isn't profitable, you still have the capital to run your passion business because that's something you're passionate about. So the Black Wealth Movement will help you create a profit business so you can later run your passion business. All you got to do is text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. 314-874-6887. Right? And then today's show is also brought to you by Monetize My Life Academy. Guys, click on the link in the description and grab your free ebook, Easy Online Incomes. If you're trying to expand your mind to some things that you can do to start building some profit businesses, maybe the Black Wealth Movement isn't for you, Do something that's going to create some profit businesses for you, and Easy Online Incomes will give you some ideas on how to do that. A membership to Monetize My Life Academy will help you execute that. You get my branding and marketing coaching weekly when you become a member of Monetize My Life Academy, and I can help you set up your systems and everything that you need to build wealth and create income online. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm your man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community. Guys, tomorrow's show, I have the founder of Color Coded Kids coming on tomorrow. She literally has a foundation that teaches kids how to code their own video games. You don't want to miss this. Tell everybody you got kids. You want to be able to get this code. 314-874-6887. Last 4 digits, 6887. So she literally teaches kids how to code, man. And she's doing it in a way, because they're coding video games, they don't realize they're learning language that they can then build a career on later, right? So that's tomorrow's show, man. So until I talk to you guys then, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve it. Peace out, y'all.